Greetings friends, fellow game masters. In this video I'm going to share my notebook organization scheme and give you 2 reasons why having a highly organized notebook will take your campaign to the next level. Start with something you like, or at least find a way to personalize it. Mine's kind of plain green, but it didn't come with pockets, so I installed some pockets out of tape and back in an old notepad. I feel like that makes it mine. Because if you don't like this notebook for itself, you're not going to be motivated to invest in it. Tip number 2, set up section dividers for the areas you have in your brain as far as this campaign is concerned. You want this notebook to be as accurate of a picture of your own thinking process as possible, so your ideas can just shoom. So when you're thinking about your campaign, what kind of things are you thinking about? Locations? Great, that's a divider. Plot twists in an overarching story you think would be cool? Likewise. Having those distinct sections in here and in here is going to help you think more creatively. That's like the secret purpose for devoting time to your notebook. In my current campaign, I have 5 dividers. There's the how things work, the details, the game world's technologies and magic sources, as well as actual campaign mechanics. There's the adventure locations section of things I think it would be cool to get to, but aren't necessarily developed. I have a major city where they're going to be spending a lot of time, spread across several asteroids, so I've got a section for the locations and characters that are there. I've got a location for story, that includes any notes they've given me on secrets their players have, or ways they'd like them to develop, plus notes on an overarching storyline that I want to work in. And the adventures themselves, little mini tabs to tell them apart. And in front of that, I keep the notes for the current adventure. That's a good place to pull things from other sections to have them handy during the game. Now, in these main tabs, adventures, character story, main location, other locations, technical how things work section, I go ahead and put a page for every idea I have. Just every time I have an idea, like an alien race or a location or hey, crystal technology, that I want to have that in this game. I start a new blank 3-hole punch piece of paper, write a title heading at the top or on the side so it'll be visible as I thumb through the notebook, and file it in the appropriate section. Tip number 3 is to write in this a lot. You now have the tool to get your ideas out on paper faster, and that means more campaign development with less effort. But you have to form the habit. If you're a game master who usually preps, it's on like 1 sheet of paper, this happens, and then there's these monsters. Well, this is a different game. I do it because it's an easier game in a lot of ways, but it takes new habits of writing, and that can be work. Last tip is it's okay to reorganize several times a day. This is supposed to be a visual representation of your thinking process about the campaign, and to some extent working in it is going to dictate the way you think about your campaign. So don't get locked into thinking about it only one way. Whatever works is fine. Now, I told you I'd give you those 2 reasons, so here they are. First off, good organization puts a big amount of information in one place where you can lay hands on it very easily. That means faster game sessions and faster prep. But the second reason, the really big reason, and this particularly applies if you maybe have a notebook but it's not very meticulously organized, or if you kind of only write what you need for this week's session, better organization is going to make you more creative. I said before, you can write your ideas down faster once you have those categories set in your book. But having written those categories down, interacting with them on a daily basis or a couple of times a week, disciplines your brain to think in those categories, channel its energy in a more productive way. And that's more important than the physical notebook. Constructing this space for yourself opens your mind up to be able to fill that space. Or another way I like to say it, you'll never have enough ideas to fill a notebook until you start keeping one. Our group didn't have a chance to game this week, hoping to get a session vlog out to you next week. If you like this video, please subscribe to my channel or check out my blog where I post every Monday and Thursday. Until next time, be epic, be spontaneous, and make their wishes come true.